Yeah, like it's interesting. Like, yes, I was this Sunday talking about the Dead Sea in the Bible. Like, it's dead because it only has an inlet. There's no outlet. There's no flowing out. So it's dead. Like, it's just got salt. There's no life compared to like Lake Victoria. Like this massive, beautiful lake, so much life, green, birds, nature. But then it's the Nile River that flows out of it. That is life. But when it's only in, like, it's going to dry up and die, man. Yeah, earn this side of generosity. That's cool.
Yeah, so Oxygen Life, we started off, we couldn't find any venues in the area we wanted to plant in, and so what came up just before we were actually going to have our first meeting was somebody in the church said, "Hey Brad, we've got a coffee shop you guys can use if you want to, and you'll just have to move the tables and chairs and you can use our coffee shop." And we thought, that's amazing.
It was just really raw and basic, and just our focus was on we need people to know this Jesus that we know. But God added to us, and so we needed to find bigger and bigger spaces to meet.
So the school hall was great on the Sunday, but we needed something outside of that. And so I think that was part of the call, was like, can we find something that we can use during the week, weeknights, during the day, something for staff, something that could become really a place where people would be sent out, and the life that we were experiencing on Sunday would then be able to flow out from there as well.
So we had received a prophetic word, something about a ship, that we were going to be in a ship. So Brad and I went off to the harbour. A couple of us went and explored there and was like, where's God going to take us? Maybe there's a ship or a building at the harbour. Until actually someone let us know about this building that I'm filming in now, which is actually a restaurant that had a big kind of ship on the outside, a facade. And we didn't realize it at the beginning when it first came available. And then we remembered the prophetic word about the ship, and we were like, this must be God's intention for us to be here.
Here we are, the first official Oxygen Life walkthrough. You can see it looks pretty derelict at the moment. I think part of the beauty is when we bought the property, we need to put down a deposit. But before that, for about 6-7 years, there'd been a call to Oxygen Life to give towards a building fund for one day. So it was giving towards nothing concrete. It was just like, God's saying we're going to have a building one day, let's give towards it.
Yeah, that name came about because, firstly, for us, it's really important that the church sees themselves as the church. The church is the people of God. It's not a building. The people are the church. The building is the place where the people of God meet. So, I mean, the double meaning on the base was that also it was going to be a base from which we could launch out and see other bases established. Yeah, so this building's been used extensively to reach people in our city.
We've had marriages here. We see people dedicating their children here.
We've had kids' holiday clubs here, which has been open to the city.
In Stir, the coffee shop, there's discipleship conversations happening all the time over those coffee tables.
We host so many events. There's just so much life happening.
Yeah, for our Surge Kids ministry on a Friday night, as well as Combustion on a Friday night, where we have, in both of those, we have over 100 kids at the one and over 100 in the other.
I think of the outside gifts that come to us from other nations, other churches, experiencing what we're doing here and being blessed through that, taking a portion of us back into the nations.
It's got altitude ministry, it's got Radio and Fire as a ministry.
This has been an incredible tool in the Lord's hands, where leaders have been able to be equipped and the city being able to actually be reached through it.
It's just wonderful to be a part of the flow and the life and the activity of God through his people using this venue.
And so as much as the base is paid off, it just gives us now fresh opportunity to see God do the same thing in a physical space as what he's done in the base elsewhere.
It's not so that Oxygen Life can become property tycoons or have a good property portfolio. Rather, it's that we would reach the lost with these assets. We would develop them, look after them, bring people into the vision of what God is doing to reach the one, to see a family get born again, to see a child encounter the Lord, to see the lonely come into family.
we'd love to see it keep happening in the different areas we're at, in Summer Strand, in the west, in Newton Park, in the northern areas. Like, it's going to keep coming, and I believe it's going to pick up pace, you know. So we haven't reached the end. I think this is a beginning. We're looking back at the base and we can see what God has done, and that helps us to look towards the future and go, he can do greater things, and he's going to keep stretching us. So like those guys that we're giving towards the base without knowing what it is, I think God is still calling us to give towards something that we can't necessarily see, but it's going to be for the furthering of his kingdom, man.